Greg, I want to ask you about the punt that their guy caught inside the 5 yard line. They ran a game on you guys,
Yeah.
right? Ashton Davis, was that eye discipline that he picks that up, and then Tanner Connor, it's 4-on-3.
Yeah.
Walk me through what it takes to block that successfully.
Yeah, well, first it starts out with great communication, starting with Ashton and all the rest of the guys. We saw a look, we end up making a check towards it, and all the guys did a great job of communicating with one another, then out to the gunners. So it all starts with Ashton, and then it communicates all the way down, and that part we were really excited about. And these guys work really hard throughout practice and throughout the week of just understanding what we're trying to do with the game plan. So I was really proud of them on how the execution happened, and then obviously with Jake with the big time punt, getting them inside the 5 yard line, which is huge. And I felt like the punt returner maybe felt a little bit of pressure because Elijah Campbell was rolling down there, which was really good to see. I think Elijah is doing really well for us. And that was fun because, man, Elijah was going as fast as he could, and I think that's what the returner ended up seeing to call it a fair catch.
And so Ashton makes that call. He's got to spot it and.
Yeah, I mean, that's what the personal protector, he's like our quarterback. He's the guy that's in charge. He's going to make all the protection calls. Now, we have a bunch of smart veteran football players, too, that can see that stuff and can help out if needed. But Ashton's the quarterback. He makes the calls. He does a tremendous job for us. So I thought he did a really good job with that execution.
Bailey right now, great punting or greatest punting?
Ooh, I think he's having a great year so far. We're going to continue to work with him, try to get even better. I brought him in 2 weeks ago and told him that, hey, I think you're doing well for us, really well. But my standards is still higher for him. And he accepted that challenge, and it was awesome to talk to him about a few things that we feel like we can get even better at. And, he's accepted that challenge and has done a great job. And, I look forward to work with him every day when he's out there because he wants to learn, he wants to get better, he wants to have the best, year of his career, which is a goal, should be for everyone. So really excited with Jake and what he's doing for us right now.
Say that overreacting to a punt down at the 3 and another one at the 1.
Yeah. I mean, that last punt too, we talk about situational football all the time. That's a big part of us on special teams. We know they're going to rush with 10 guys. They're only going to have their returner back there. So we got in a different look to help us out with protection, and Jake made an unbelievable kick. And what's even better is when the ball is rolling and Elijah Campbell's down there, doesn't let it get into the end zone for a touchback, hits the ball, and then our other players understanding the situation again that we don't want to touch the ball because we want to let that clock wind all the way down until the ball stops. That's when the officials will end up blowing it dead. So I thought that was a great job with execution there at the end with the players.
With this article here, I just want to tell you about this article. It says, this year the NFL gave every team 60 kicking balls at the start of the year, giving the team unlimited time to break them in.
Yep.
So I didn't know about that until I read this article. Is that advantageous to the kicking game? Do you believe that that's part of the reason why we're seeing an increase in successful long field goals?
Yeah, I mean, I think it helps. A chance for our guys to work on those footballs, all 60 that we end up getting. That always does help it out, and then we get to use those during the course of the week. I've heard some people say, well, does that give you a better chance for distance and all that? I just think the kickers are really good players. They're perfecting their craft right now. They're doing a great job. These younger guys that are coming up, the leg strength and all that other stuff ends up helping the ball too. But I just think these players are really locked in and understanding, and they're getting more opportunities from head coaches instead of punting the football and trying to pin people in. Now, hey, they're saying, hey, the odds are of a really good chance for them to make a 58-yarder, a 62-yarder. So there is more opportunities for those players to make that too.
Do you go and practice with this new fella?
Well, it just varies. Sometimes we'll go deeper in 50. Sometimes it'll be young, earlier, 51, 52, 58. I don't really want to try to kick too long during the course of the week because I don't want injuries. I've dealt with that before where we've had a kicker kick on a Friday and That wasn't a far field goal, but he ended up getting hurt, and now all of a sudden you're scrambling and doing a bunch of different things, trying to find another guy to come in. We don't want that. So, Riley, Jason, all those guys that I've worked with, they do a good job of understanding what we're trying to do through the week, and then when they get to the game situation where they're warming up, now we'll start to go a little bit further, just to see, hey, there could be win. Hey, here's our what we call gotta have it at the end of the half or end of the game, where we can say, hey, Mike, we feel like if the ball's at the 42-yard line, we have a 60-yard kick, we feel like we've got a good chance of making that.
Greg, where is all this going with the long field goals? I mean, when I started watching football, seeing 50-yarders was unusual.
Yeah.
And then we got to 60 and all. I'm going to ask you to look in your crystal ball. I know coaches hate that. What is the limit, the human limit on how long a field goal can be?
I don't know. You see some of these guys that are trying 70-yarders, longer 60-some yards. I think the guy from Tampa had a 65-yarder. Usually people hit longer field goals inside. Now people are trying them. Who knows what could happen? Again, all these guys working with personal trainers or the strength staff, they're just getting stronger, and their technique is continuing to get better because they're working with personal, kicker and punting guys, gurus, and just working with us too. It's just a lot of different things that could happen, but who knows? 70-yarders, 75, could be rolling down the hill. Who knows what could happen?
Greg, I know from an anecdotal standpoint, coaches have mentioned over the years about talking to other coaches about players they claim. Mike last year said he talked to Matt LaFleur when they claimed Grant Dubose. With Riley Patterson, was there any intel you all got about his mental makeup that you got or Chris might have gotten as one of the four who you brought in to try out?
We try to do that every time. If Chris says, hey, Craig, we're bringing some guys in, we're usually going to call people. And I got a text message from a guy named Nick Novak, who I've known and coached for a long time. Now he's working with kickers. He's out in the San Diego area. I think he does a great job, of helping these young kickers out. So we do our research. I'll call a special teams coordinator where Riley was at. We're friends with a lot of coaches on different teams. So we want to do our due diligence too as coaches and say, hey, what's going on with Riley, or what's going on with this guy? Hey, what is his mental makeup? If he does miss one, all right, what's he like on his next kick? We try to do as much research as we possibly can. And really, we end up doing research even before something were to happen, because you always have to have a ready list just in case things go, like when I told you guys about a guy getting hurt on a Friday. You always got to have a ready list.
And Nick spoke highly of what particular aspect of Riley's game?
He just said he was kicking the ball extremely well. And he said that was the best he's ever seen him kick. And again, it was a brief just text message. And he said, hey, listen, Craig, Riley's been hitting the ball extremely well. Excited for his opportunity out there with the Miami Dolphins.